Hey, this is Chug, and I'm here doing some practice for the upcoming Quake Champions event, the QC Bash. Now this is a LAN event taking place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 17th and 18th of August. I'll be arriving one day early on the Friday, getting some games in the afternoon, well, late afternoon. Um, Maybe get a stream organised if I can get it so that my gameplay is not impeded at all by the running of that program. But yeah, I'll be competing in a couple of events. I think there'll be the 2v2, there's Instagib, there's the most competitive, the best scale bearer in Australia. Um, but the one that I care about the most is the Elite Duel Tournament, comprising of the 12 best duelers of the country. Well, of the region, I should say, not country, because there's New Zealand, um, and there's also Tasmania. And yeah, day one is going to be a round robin where all 12 players play each other and play everyone else in best of 3 matches, and those results will be the basis of the seeding for the day two playoffs. Now, when it comes to the day 2, I don't expect to last very long. Some may say I'm pessimistic, but I prefer to say realistic. You know, I'm up against some stiff competition, and these players have been practicing for quite a while, and it'll take a lot for me to pull out some wins against some of them. The best I'm really hoping for is 1, maybe 2 match wins when it comes to that stage of the tournament. So, so yes. But don't despair, because once I'm out of the tournament, I'll be available to cast at the desk and talk to someone about the games as they happen, and that'll be streamed on the main Twitch channel, which is ForestGTV. And is there anything else I need to say? I'll just go hide somewhere and show you the bracket. Now I say bracket, it's not as though anything's filled in yet, because of course round robin. This means that say me, Chug, I play against Dan, then Steege, then Lure, then Danny, then Murder, then Xenaku, then Dirtbox, then Knight, then Ultimate, then Fraser, then Python. All in best of 3s, all in one day. So it's a lot of Quake. And depending on how well I do... Can I just mute this? Give me a sec. There we go. So depending on how well I do day 1, that will determine where my seeding is for day 2, and then I play from there. So I'll just run down what I'm expecting to do. So the players I'm expecting to defeat is no one. Everyone here can beat me, so I'm towards the lower end of this group of players. Ultimate, Knight, comprise a certain category of player. They play pretty frequently. Ultimate a bit less so, but I'm familiar with their play. I know what they're capable of in terms of their aim and their movement, and these games will be pretty interesting. There are a couple of players, Fraser and Dirtbox, who are, when they're in form, I'd say they're favoured against me. Maybe I could beat them, but for the most part, these guys have to be these guys are better than me when they're in form. The thing is that these guys haven't played that much recently. Fraser famously hasn't played the game for quite a while, but he's come back recently because the word's been out. There's a Quake Champions LAN coming out in Melbourne. Who's going to go? And he's, the fire sort of gets lit under him, where he's like, well, who are these guys coming into my territory? Because if you don't know, Fraser, and I don't know 100%, but I think he's regarded as the best Quake Life player to come out of Australia. Is extremely strong player. He's got some cool YouTube videos that inspired me to make some live commentaries as I have done. But he's much better at it than I am. More entertaining and more insightful. Dirtbox, a Quake World player, played the game 20 years, game series for 20 years, and is very, very powerful when it comes to the damage that he can deal. But again, if he gets caught out by not knowing the spawns as well, the newest information about how duel works, he might get just outdone in that regard. Then there's another tier of player. Well, I think I can put Lure in this tier with Ultimate Knight. I understand what he can do, his aim, his movements, his tendencies, and those will be good matches. The next tier is the Murder and Fodani tier. These guys hit better than me. Their battle skills are substantially better. If I go into a straight up fight, I'm just whether I'm out pressured because of the player I'm against. But generally, these guys are just really competent and will just take me down. So I have to beat them with a bit of luck, I'll be honest. And then you come into the tier of players, the Xenoku, Python, Dandaking, and Steege, where these guys outbrain me and outplay me, and there really isn't a concrete path to victory against these players. So hopefully that you can see Lure, Knight, and Ultimate are the guys that I'm reasonably like have a shot at beating, whether that's a 60% chance or a 40% chance, somewhere in there. We've got Fraser and Dirtbox, where it's dependent on how fresh they are with their practice. And then you got the tier of players that are better than me in terms of their mechanics, and also like brain. Like, of course, I would never claim to be smarter than Danny or Python, but I could make some kind of plays against these guys. But Dandaking, Xenoku, and Steege, they play their game, and I have to just deal with it. Like, I'm subject to their whims. So that's sort of how I see this going. And I'll be excited to cast day 2 once I get knocked out. You'll be able to watch that main broadcast at twitch.tv/4sgtv. I'll put my stream in the description. That's chug_aus. And yeah, I think that's all the information. Oh, of course, I have to say when it is. So it's from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. on both days. That corresponds to approximately 7 p.m. Central Standard Time in the US, and that'll be on the Friday night. In Europe, this will be 2 a.m. of the day. So that's when it starts at 10 a.m. So these boys will be able to wake up and catch the tail end of the round robin, and the Americans will be able to catch the start. So yeah, that about wraps up what I'm here for. Definitely hyped for the tournament. I want to thank Dirtbox for bringing me into Cooked. Whether that's because he reckons I'm able to do something here, but or it's just like casting casting and coaching role. You know, whatever it is. I'm here as a player in this tournament, so I'll make the most of it that I can. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.